What if hair isn't coming back because you're missing one simple thing? And if you keep missing this, you'll keep seeing the same weak spots every time you look in the mirror. I'm going to show you 5 things you're doing every night that keep those weak spots from filling back in and how to fix them. It starts with something I call the 2-hour window. Real quick, if you're sitting there listening to this and wondering what's blocking your regrowth specifically, I'm doing free consultations right now. We look at your situation and figure out what mistakes you are making and how to fix them. Before I explain what those 5 mistakes are, there's an important question I have to ask you. Have you ever had a bad night's sleep, then felt awful the next day? Slow, groggy, maybe even some brain fog. And you might be thinking, yeah, sure, B, but what does this have to do with my hair? Trust me, it's all going to make sense in just a second. See, when you sleep, your body is resting and recovering. If you don't get enough sleep, your body isn't prepared for the next day. Now, what if I told you that when you're sleeping, your hair is also resting and recovering? And it's one of the main times where your hair actually grows. If you mess with your sleep, then your hair doesn't get all the rest and recovery that it actually needs. I've seen men doing everything else right, the perfect routine, the right products, but they mess up their sleep and their hair never grew back. So if you're serious about fixing your hair, then you have to fix your sleep. Now, there's 5 specific mistakes that Black men make with their sleep, starting with number 1. Remember how I said your hair is growing at night? Well, every single night, your body tries to regrow your hair at the same time. If you miss the window, then your hair has no chance of growing back. And most Black men, they miss it. They're wide awake. You're scrolling Instagram and TikTok, watching YouTube and Netflix, playing video games until you pass out. By the time you fall asleep, the window has already closed and your body grew nothing. A study found this window is between 10 and 11 p.m. So big dog, if you want to grow your hair back, you have to make sure you're asleep during that time. Now, mistake number 2. This one is still killing your hair even if you're in bed by 10. The Black guys who come to me, almost all of them are doing the exact same thing. You see, when you don't sleep enough, your body produces a stress chemical called cortisol. And cortisol blocks your hair from growing. In 2021, researchers at Harvard published a study in Nature. They found that high cortisol shuts off the protein that wakes your hair up and tells it to start growing. So if your cortisol is high, your hair will not grow. Now, normally, your cortisol drops when you sleep, but most Black guys are keeping it high every single night. By sleeping 5 or 6 hours during the week and trying to catch up on weekends, that doesn't work. 5 nights of high cortisol can't be undone by 2 nights of catch-up. The fix is simple. 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night, including weekends. That's enough to lower your cortisol and let your hair grow. Now we get to number 3. Scientists found that there is a switch in your hair that tells it whether to grow or switch off. And I don't know about you, but I don't want that switch to be off. In 2009, researchers found 2 specific genes that control hair growth. They wanted to see what happened if they switched those genes off. So they tried it out in mice. And guess what? The mice's hair stopped growing. Now, if you're thinking it might be difficult to flick that switch, well, thankfully, it's damn easy. You see, it all comes down to your bedtime. Same bedtime every night, your body knows exactly when to flip those genes on and your hair grows. But if your bedtime changes every night, your body never learns when to flip it. 10 p.m. one night, 2 a.m. the next, sleep until noon on weekends. So the switch stays off, so your hair stops growing, it's resting, doing nothing. That is why people who work night shifts or travel a lot have the worst hair loss. Their bedtime is too random for the body to flip the switch. The fix is simple. Same bedtime every night, even on Saturday, even when you got nothing going on in the morning. That brings us on to number 4. And this is one of the biggest things that stops Black guys from ever regrowing their hair. I've worked with hundreds of clients, and most of them, they keep making the same mistake. You see, when you go to sleep, your body produces something called melatonin. This goes straight to your hair, helping them grow. In 2023, researchers looked into your melatonin. After looking at 2,000 patients, they found that an increase in melatonin equals an increase in hair density. Now, normally, your body should be making melatonin naturally, But for most black guys, they're doing something which kills it. You know how the street light shines into the bedroom? That kills melatonin. Know how the LEDs on your alarm clock light the room up? That kills melatonin. Even your body temperature can kill melatonin. If your bedroom is too warm, your body won't produce melatonin. Thankfully, the solution is pretty easy. Set your room temperature at 65 to 68 degrees and turn off all lights in your room. If you can't turn the lights off, get yourself a face mask to black all the light out. This is the final piece of the puzzle. Once you start doing this, your hair will be growing automatically when you sleep. In January 2026, researchers reviewed multiple studies on sleep and hair loss. They found that not getting enough deep sleep raises inflammation in your body, and inflammation is what causes hair loss. Remember how earlier I mentioned that your body goes into repair mode when you sleep? Well, it's that repair time when your hair is growing. But it's not just any type of sleep. It happens during deep sleep. If something messes with your deep sleep, your hair can't grow. Now, normally your body falls into a deep sleep every night, but most black guys are doing something every single night that kills it. That late night dinner kills your deep sleep. Your body's busy digesting the food instead of repairing your hair. The afternoon coffee kills your deep sleep. Caffeine stays in your system for hours and keeps you awake. That alcoholic drink before bed kills your deep sleep. Alcohol blocks the deepest stages. Heck, even a hard workout right before bed kills your deep sleep. Your body's still wired from the workout. The fix is simple. No heavy meals, no caffeine, no alcohol, and no hard workouts in 3 hours before bed. Now you know why most black guys can't regrow their hair, but sleep alone won't grow it back. There's one more thing every black guy has to get right before any of this starts growing hair, and it's the piece most guys never figure out on their own. Watch this next video, I'll break it down.